Hey, it's Bill and Susan at Honolulu's Moon Garden. Today we're feasting on cold drunken clams, honey BBQ ribs, cake noodles with minute chicken, and crispy fried Gau Gee. So grab your chopsticks and join us for What I Ate. Ah, heck, just give me a fork so I can shovel in more food. What is this? This is
Drunken Clams.
Drunken Clams. I'm gonna start off on these Drunken Clams. I've got the juice dripping all over. Luckily I have a plate on it. So, I was expecting this to be a hot dish, but it's actually cold. And so it's just a quick look. I see chopped cilantro, lots of chopped garlic in there, and some soy sauce possibly. And cilantro, jalapeno, lots of garlic, and I guess it's a soy sauce that they put in there. I don't know if it's a sweetened soy sauce or just plain. We'll find out. It's a very light soy, not salty at all. Those are raw clams. Very fresh, raw clams. Oh, we could make this at home pretty easily, I think, or something similar. As for drunken, I don't know. Maybe they put a little Shaoxing wine in there.
Yeah, I do smell it.
Or some other kind of Chinese spirit.
That's a chocolate garlic. We know this is fresh because this is the first day they opened after vacation. But you know what? We've never experienced anyone that we know that had a bad meal here. It's always good. These clams, they open the shell. I think they're very lightly cooked, probably until just after the clam shell opens, and then chilled. They're covered with very light soy sauce, very finely minced garlic, green onion, and cilantro. Yeah, there's a very light sprinkling of, I think, Shaoxing wine, and I'm not sure what it is because I'm not in the kitchen, but I could just keep on eating those.
Do you think there's any sugar in there?
Maybe just a little bit, but it's not overpowering. The sweetness comes mostly from the clams.
Just gonna grab another clam here. Having another clam. Fresh, garlicky, not too spicy. The jalapenos aren't too hot. One of the nice things I really appreciate about these clams is the cook took a lot of great effort to make sure that they were properly cleaned. I haven't had any grit in these clams since we started eating them, and that's pretty important. Those of you over there from the Jersey Shore, you know, when you get a steamer that's all sandy and gritty, it's no fun. That's delicious.
Come back to life. Oh, it was connected.
they made the noodles into like little, it's pre-cut little cakes. Okay, there you go. Would you like to bring your plate up? I'll get some noodle for you. Let me get some chicken for you there. You want another piece?
Thank you.
There we go.
That's really good clam.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse the clamshell. It's empty. I ate it. This is minute chicken, cake noodle. Minute chicken is just smaller pieces of chicken, flash stir fried, and they put some greens on it along with the cake noodle, crunchy fried. Let's give this a taste. The chicken portion. That is some good, that was boneless chicken thigh. They must be having some serious BTU back in the kitchen because it's thoroughly cooked. It has a crunchy outside to it, but the inside is nice and soft and tender, perfectly seasoned.
And that's the chicken.
Fresh cake noodle, only in Hawaii. They're pan-fried in oil and then drained. They pre-chop this on the serving dish into squares, so it's easy to serve. Only in Hawaii. Although if the Chinese restaurateurs on the U.S. mainland, if you make this, I'd be so happy to come in. See how it sticks together in one chunk.
I'm gonna give some of this cake noodle a try. I got a portion that was further in the center of the plate, so it may not be crispy anymore, but it's got some of the vegetables on it. The sauce is terrific. So as Susan said, on the East Coast, we really can't get the cake noodle. The closest you can get is to order pan-fried noodles. So our usual go-to at Chinese restaurants that have it is to order like the seafood pan-fried noodle, which is, you know, a mixture of scallops, fish, some mussels and squid. But yeah, it's nothing like we're getting here in Hawaii. At home, I've tried to recreate the crispiness of the pan-fried noodle and using just ramen. So the trick is actually to get a non-stick pan, and you cook your ramen noodles and then drain them and cool them, let them dry out a little bit, and then you put them in the pan with some oil, and then put in a tablespoon or two of water. And then you just cover it and let the water sort of heat up and cook the noodles. And then you remove the lid, and all the water cooks away.
Could we have 2 bowls of rice?
Okay. The rice. Okay, thank you.
And then the water cooks away, and the noodle gets really super crisp.
Heavy.
So that's the trick. And then you put on the sauce, vegetables. I'm gonna try some of this chicken now.
That's Japanese. Yeah.
A long time ago, that one played.
Nice tender chicken thigh in a simple brown sauce.
Was the Chinese restaurant in the McDonald's? Yeah, of course, Chinese.
So growing up, you know, my parents would take us into Chinatown for pan-fried noodles, and they called it chow mein, fried noodles, basically, is the translation. So when I was in elementary school, like around high school, I looked at the school lunch menu one day, and they were serving chow mein, and I thought, oh wow, they're gonna serve us chow mein, pan-fried noodle there, and what we got was canned Chungking chow mein, with it's a goopy sauce with I just remember mostly really overcooked canned celery chunks in it, and maybe some carrots, and they slathered that on top of chicken with minute rice, and it's like, and I just exclaimed to the lunch lady, "That's not chow mein." And you know, she was a Eastern Slavic nation immigrant, and she's like, it's what we got out of the can.
I'm sorry, that story just gave me nightmares, and I'm fully awake.
Hey, it's what I grew up with. The only Chinese family in our entire elementary school, up until maybe the mid '80s. Then we got a few other Asian kids in there.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, Chinatown was fully stocked with all these open stores, hustling, bustling, people going everywhere. There were at least 4 noodle shops, one block, lots of competition, lots of delicious fresh noodles.
Oh, I gotta go sleep.
Yeah, kind of wish my parents had actually immigrated here instead of New Jersey. We were actually considering, talking to my mom, they were considering Hawaii, but we settled on New Jersey instead. Who knew? So here's the Gau Gee sauce, which we're going to use to dip the crispy fried Gau Gee. And I think my mom makes a similar sauce. It's usually a sweet and sour sauce made with ketchup, a little cornstarch and water,
And
garlic.
You could toss in some minced chili peppers if you like. It's spicy, but I don't usually.
Yeah. Being Chinese Jamaicans, we would use a little Worcestershire sauce, and if you can find it, pickup pepper sauce, which is what the Jamaicans put on the Jamaican beef patties as a condiment. So let's give this a try.
This is piping hot. We weren't going to order this, but when we walked into the restaurant, we saw the owner wrapping it. So we gotta get this fresh made Gau Gee fried crispy.
I'm going to reach over and grab it myself. Ouch. I hate whenever I get handsy. Oh, this is scalding hot. Gonna dip some in the sauce. Give this a try. Well, let's get some of this drip off.
What he said, I just gotta get
Nice crunch. Pork filling.
Yep, definitely one of the better Gau Gees in Hawaii. We tried a couple other places on this visit. Yeah, this beats them.
What do you think is in the filling? I've had pork and
Pork, white pepper, and some other stuff. But choppery fine. The only thing that isn't choppery fine is the pork because it's already ground. The kid is very easy.
Yeah. That's right, they know that.
The only thing I can pick out is white pepper and salt. But there's a couple other ingredients here too that I can't figure, but it makes for a very tasty mixture.
Yeah, Gau Gee is something that we don't find on the East Coast.
And every grandma has their own recipe. So if you ask 50 grandmas, you'll get 50 different recipes for Gau Gee.
The first time I ever encountered crispy fried Gau Gee was when I was in the Army station here over 30 years ago. I used to take the bus into Alamo Mall from Schofield Barracks. And then there was one day where, for some reason, I don't know why, I got off the bus. I think I was on the wrong bus and I had to get off. And it dropped me off in like Pearl City. So I'm wandering around trying to find the next bus stop for the bus that's heading into Schofield. And while I'm there, I found a restaurant called the Pearl City Chinese Restaurant. I don't know if that exists anymore. We tried looking for it and went to the general area that I thought it was at, and I think there's a copy store or something there. So, but when I first tried the crispy fried Gau Gee, they were all delicious, and so I made it a habit that every weekend trip that I would take down to Honolulu, Waikiki area, I would make sure to stop and get some crispy fried Gau Gee to bring with me back to the barracks.
This is Chinese broccoli with shiitake mushrooms.
Nice plump shiitake mushrooms,
Yep.
and some of them have nice cracks on the top.
Yep.
I think the cracks are desirable by the Chinese because it shows a mushroom that's grown and had a full life.
Well, he told me to.
Oh, these are very slippery.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she'll be so mad if I don't.
The vegetables are in a brown sauce with some made with some oyster sauce in it. That will make anything taste good. That's crunchy and tender at the same time. And if you want to know the mark of a quality Chinese restaurant, the stem of the vegetable are peeled. Some restaurants don't even bother with that, so the tough outer fibers are gone, and it just makes for a much more pleasant dining experience.
I'm gonna try one of these shiitakes now. Just look at it, just glistening in that delicious brown sauce. That mushroom is so tender. You know, you've got that nice bite in the shiitake mushrooms. Not woody. I've had mushrooms where they didn't soak them long enough or they didn't cook them long enough. That's delicious. I'm trying to eat more shiitake mushrooms because they have an anti-cancer agent in them. So shiitakes are always good to have, but not only are they delicious, they're really healthy for you. Oh, by the way, don't ever eat a raw shiitake mushroom. A lot of people don't. They think that shiitakes are like any other mushroom that you can eat raw. There's actually a toxin in it that gets deactivated with cooking. So you don't want to eat raw shiitake mushrooms. I know some of these new age yoga juice shops will sometimes make salads with raw sliced shiitakes in them, and it's like, what are you people, out of your mind, or you just don't know what you're doing? So be careful out there. Eat right. So we had to order the ribs yesterday, and a lot of the things that are on their menu are not on there today because they just got back off of vacation.
So we
they
couldn't
haven't-
order the fried oysters. So
Oh yeah, we were looking forward to that. But, you know, everything else is good.
these are the Honey BBQ ribs where you have to order 1 day ahead. Otherwise, no ribs for you.
Look at that nice char on it. I can tell by the glistening sheen of pork fat and that sweet glaze. This is going to be good.
This is the first time I'm ever saying this, and probably the last. I would eat this ahead of char siu.
Yeah, it doesn't taste anything like char siu. I mean, in a good way. It's just very simple. There's not a whole lot of heavy seasoning. I taste the honey, maybe a little salt. I don't taste any other seasoning in there.
There might be, but...
Maybe a little ginger, just a little
Yeah.
hint of ginger.
And of course, a honey syrup. But this is so full of the bone tender.
It is.
Oh yeah, I would so eat this before anybody's char siu, even Nam Fong's char siu, and they shut down. Nobody would take over the business.
It's just dripping with the honey. Put some of this honey sauce on the rice.
This is when they bought the house together.
That's good rice.
I just tried some of the honey sauce on just the rice, and oh, it makes a nice little topping with the rice. Heavy on carbs, but it's a nice honey ginger flavor. So all of our food is here now, so we're just going to go and enjoy this meal. Yeah, and as usual, you know, while you guys are watching and while we're eating, please take a moment to like and subscribe and offer some commentary. We'd love to hear from you. So thank you very much, and see you the next time on What I Ate.
Bye.